Every day we turn around, China is doing more, stealing our technology, creating problems for us, infiltrating with TikTok and other devices to come into our universities and academia and our research programs. Absolutely. It was a debacle, probably on par, probably not quite on par with the Afghan withdrawal, but to have a Chinese spy balloon 200 feet tall with an enormous array of technology dangling from the bottom of it and allowing it to go completely across the continental United States, it took 4 days from his order to shoot it down for them to do so. As I've said before, they shot it down over the wrong ocean. They shot it down over the Atlantic. They should have shot it down over the Pacific before it got over us. But yes, he is weak and vacillating. He never projects great strength. This is why we have an invasion of Ukraine by Putin. This is why we have adventurism and reckless activity by the Chinese, because we do not have a strong leader, somebody who is not projecting military might and strength, economic strength. It's really very, very detrimental for the United States' interests.
Congressman, take a listen to what the president had to say yesterday when he was asked about China. He was in Wisconsin yesterday.
China today is saying they feel smeared, that you smeared them and their leader in your remarks last night. Have relations now between the U.S. and China taken a big hit, frankly?
No.
How do you know?
I know. I talked to him.
You've talked to
Xi Jinping before, and our team talks to their people.
During this and since?
Yeah, after this. I haven't talked to him during this.
Oh.
So a really odd exchange there. U.S. officials
Very
also
odd.
Confirming yesterday, Congressman, that China is operating a balloon surveillance program and has for years collected information on military assets in several countries. The House and Senate are going to be briefed today on this balloon. What are you expecting?
Well, I'm expecting to probably hear what a lot of us think, that this is a big program that the Chinese maybe have had for a long time. I simply cannot get to the bottom of the statement by the administration that we've had 3 balloons even during the Trump administration. I've talked to a number of Trump officials. No, they haven't heard a thing about this. But I expect to, I'm going to that briefing. I expect to hear some eye-opening things about the Chinese, and for the interviewer there to ask President Biden if things are getting worse with China. I don't know. Are we going to have to be in a shooting war with these people? In our space program, they're breathing down our necks. We closed down the Chinese consulate in Houston, which I represent part of.
Right.
I represent Johnson Space Center. There was a lot of espionage happening around that facility, the Texas Medical Center there. Where I was educated, by the way. And of course, the Chinese always become indignant when you catch them with their hand in the cookie jar, red-handed,
right?
And try to throw out, that they're going to retaliate, and this is just the worst thing in the world that we were doing. And yet, when we closed the consulate, we saw video footage of Chinese consulate workers and employees throwing documents into burning barrels.
Yeah,
if they weren't. You can't get around the fact.
It's stunning, Congressman. You make a great point, and I'm shocked the president didn't use the opportunity that he had on Tuesday night to address this in a more firm way. We'll await the results of that hearing later on today. Meantime, you were one of the 17 members of Congress who spoke out on behalf of Newsmax on the House floor 10 days ago. DirecTV dropping Newsmax from his channel lineup 2 weeks ago yesterday. How stunned are you that this kind of thing, Congressman, is still happening in America?
Well, this is what has happened. The woke left, the Democrat Party, has teamed up with big corporations, with big tech, and big pharma. I think you can keep talking about the bigs here.
Right.
And we've got here we are, the Newsmax, the 4th most watched news outlet, in the country on television. and they close you down. They shut you down. And we're going to get to the bottom of that, Rob. I promise you. We've written letters. We've made telephone calls. We're demanding to have some answers. We're getting a lot of double talk coming back from DirecTV. You know as well as I do that AT&T owns 70% of DirecTV. So I think a lot of people have already discontinued service with AT&T.
They've gotten something like 70,000 phone calls over the last 10 days. Just an unbelievable outpouring of support. Congressman, we got to leave it there. Come back and see us soon. We appreciate it. Texas Congressman Brian Babin with us this morning. Thank you. Lots